everyone.
Howdy.
My name is... howdy, I'm Thomas Blair.
Hey, I'm Todd Coleman.
I'm the lead designer of Crowfall.
And I'm the creative director.
And we are here for another episode of Ace Q&A for Crowfall.
New card.
This is the October edition, 2016. And we're delighted to have another chance to give you guys an update with what's going on in our world. All right, first up, let's talk about the milestone. So we spent all summer basically working on some really, really hard stuff that you guys probably only care about on a cursory basis. Effectively, we've been running tests for the last year as matches, and we're now making the jump to a real world server, like an actual persistent server that can support hundreds of people and be up for.
We're growing up. Crowfall's growing up into the MMO.
Yes, into the actual. We shifted gears to make the actual game that we're making. So the good news is, obviously, we had to do this because we couldn't ship without it. The bad news is, it seems like a lot of steps backward for you guys because it means you're going to be seeing things and being like, all right, well, you can run around in the world. I thought you could already do that.
Right.
We could, but not on a real architecture. So now you're going to be able to do it on a real architecture. So what that means is that the next milestone is going to be a little different because it's not a playability milestone. We didn't take the time to wrap it like we have the ones in the past.
Yeah, there isn't a game mode.
There's not a Hunger Dome wrapper. There's not a Siege wrapper. We were thinking originally, hey, let's put a campaign wrapper on it, but that just didn't make any sense. It was too much foundational work delay.
And we're done building stuff that we're not going to use.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So what that means is this next one is really more testing than play testing. We're going to be providing a test plan, things that would be nice. You guys are, of course, under no obligation to test anything. However, for those of you who really want to help, if you can go through and on your machine, go through that and tell us, whatever you feel comfortable testing, tell us how it's working for you. That would be really helpful because what we're going to do is jump immediately from this milestone to the next one, which is going to actually be a world with rules.
Well, and there's several massive systems going in this one.
There are. So let's talk about what is in this milestone.
Sure. So the harvesting stuff that we've been showing.
Yep.
That is definitely in.
Yep, and crafting.
This morning, I just crafted the very first item in my actual world, and it produced an actual item.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. And there's going to be, on the back end, the way our crafting system works, there's probably going to be several hundred recipes available when we drop this on them.
Right. Now, this is personal crafting. Just crafting on my character.
There are a lot of things we're doing that we're just letting them do that in the end game we're not going to. Right. For now, the station is built into them.
Okay.
Right. So there's no rules.
Yeah.
Right. So you can craft wherever you want to. In the future, that's not going to be the case.
In fact, you have to craft kind of wherever you are because there are no buildings.
Right. We don't have buildings.
There are no stations. So what we've got is a big world. Like it actually is a large, seamless world made up of parcels that you can run around seamlessly from one to the next and you don't notice. There's not even, you can't even really tell. Maybe once or twice I've noticed a spot.
If you hit seams that are bad, you can tell.
Okay, but assuming those bugs are gone, where it works great and you can't tell.
If you see them, report them. And we're putting in a little loc spot for them to tell where bugs happen.
Okay, cool.
So if they're filming, they can see, we'll be able to see the loc, and if they type up a forum report, then they can just write the loc down.
This is actually a really, really big jump for us from a company standpoint, from a technical standpoint, right? This is building the foundation or testing the foundation of the actual game. From the outside looking in, though, it's not going to be a super exciting milestone because it's all foundational work, right? So you'll be able to get in. Your characters will be persistent. We can keep the server up not just for minutes, but for hours, and then from hours to days and days to weeks, and it rolls out from there. But it does mean that right now, if you have a plan of bringing your whole guild in to come and check out the game, this is not the milestone to do that, to be very clear. This is the foundational one that's going to come before we start bringing the game systems online, really.
Oh, and skills are coming back online as another big system.
Also persistent. Yeah.
Also persistent. We may adjust the time that it takes to get skills because we want players playing with all the stuff that we've been building for the last year in the skill system. Another way I'm going to do that is I'm making potions that emulate some of the subsystem that the skills do. Okay, and you can just craft them.
Yeah.
So to see what a really high-level harvester is like, you can just make a potion.
Cool.
And for 5 minutes, you'll be like a super high-level crafter, and then you go back to really what you're at.
Okay, but those won't be in the eventual game.
They won't make it in the eventual game. Again, it's all testing.
Mechanic.
Right.
Okay.
But there will be a way to test really deep into the skill trees, because it doesn't do us any good if we just keep testing the beginning over and over and over again.
Yep.
Right.
So there will be PvP turned on. We haven't even actually figured out how we're going to divide the players up in terms of factions. We'll come up with something simple.
There is grouping. We built grouping.
The grouping is in. Chat system is in, but sieging has been turned off, for example. Well, there's not even any buildings, so there's nothing to siege. So it's going to be a bit of an odd milestone, but we made the decision to do a milestone that was purely for tech and foundational work, and said, well, we can't always try and make sure everything is playable. This is too important.
Sure, but again, people who enjoy, and they haven't been able to in the Hunger Dome, because the Hunger Dome is get in, get killing, or get killed.
Yeah, sure.
Right? They'll have a time to sit there and play with powers, look at the skills, look at the powers.
Yeah.
Craft, look at the items. We have a new tooltip system coming online as well.
Yeah.
There's just a ton of stuff in here, and they'll actually be able to slowly critique it, write down bugs for people who like to do that. And they can't do that in the Hunger Dome.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? So they can basically just test powers and die or not die.
Oh, and also, did mention it, we have another massive update coming to movement as well.
Correct.
A significant improvement that hopefully will move us, once again, closer to the mark every time. A little bit of improvement until we get where we need to be. So.
Sure.
So I think for this month, we'll probably not do the normal Q&A thing, because we're all engaged very clearly on this milestone, trying to get this thing polished and out in front of you. And as soon as it comes out, it's going to refill the coffers with tons of new questions.
Right.
So why don't we go ahead and call it there this month and get this build out and get you guys in and playing in the real big world that we'll be using for launch.
Exactly.
So
nothing really else to say about that. I mean, we can't wait. It's been a long summer for us. Lots of exciting systems that I've been waiting for crafting and harvesting forever.
Yeah.
And now that it's here, it's really fun. At least for me, I enjoy making the recipes, thinking how people are going to come up with even more crazier combinations, because we haven't revealed actually the nitty gritty of the crafting system yet. And there's some doozies in there for them to play with.
All right. Well, we will show that to you guys here in a couple weeks, closer to the end of the month, I think. So in the meantime, until we see you on the forums or until we see you in game, have a great Halloween. And I guess that's it.
That's it. See you later.
Thanks, guys.